What's up? So it's time for another Tabitha topic. This one is, what kind of animals do you like and why? And I've actually been spending a lot of time thinking about this because when I was a kid, uh, I watched a lot of public broadcasting, PBS, and there were quite a lot of nature, like wildlife type shows. And so I learned a lot about animals. I found animals just absolutely fascinating because they're the closest thing that we can get to aliens. If you think about it, they are not humans. So their cultures and their behaviors and such are just completely different from ours. And it's really interesting when you learn about what's going on in the ocean as compared to what's going on in the jungle or a forest or a desert, or even on the level of what's really fun is like the really small creatures, the insect world. Oh, the insect world is really neat. So to narrow it down, what are my favorite animals is really tough because I like a lot of animals. So to start with, I figured I would go from domesticated and then outward. So to begin with, I am fond of cats. Cats are my favorite pet. I love their personalities, a lot of ways. I am much like a cat myself, liking my independence. I tend to like people who behave kind of like cats, and I know a lot of people hate cats. They think that they're just rude, but I get along with them. Sometimes I feel like I am a cat whisperer because I will get along with cats that everybody will say, oh, that cat won't come to you. Cats don't. My cat doesn't like anybody. And then like 20 minutes later, that cat's sitting on my lap, purring as happy as can be. I'm just there's an innuendo there, but I'm not going to do it. I also like dogs, but to a much lesser extent. Of the dogs, I like pug dogs the best. They look to me like little, if you know, foo dogs is what they're called, or foo lions. A thing to look up. It's a mythological creature. Anyway, they look like that to me, and they're just cute, funny little things. Um, and so, they got their little curly, waggy tails, and anyway, not especially fond of dogs, but I do like dogs. I've had guinea pigs and hamsters. I've had rabbits and lizards, quite a few fish. Um, so I do tend to like having pets when I can afford the resources to have them. Oh, running out of time. It's already up to 4 minutes. Okay, so I'm just going to run through the list really quick. I also think, so outside of the household, getting away from the domestic animals, I think that ants are really cool. I love their cultures and the way that they are organized and how they follow, they communicate through scent is really interesting to me. And one of the most fascinating terrible things about ants is the ant death spiral. I'll put a link to a video about that. It's really interesting. I'm not going to tell you too much more about it. Just it's cool, sad but cool. And then whales. The idea that something that large can exist in our world and be alive just blows my mind, and I love them, and I think that they're beautiful. And cephalopods, which would include the octopuses and the squids, the nautilus, and the cuttlefish, but particularly the octopuses I like because they are really very smart. They're good at solving problems, and they're really good at hunting and learning. they're really fast learners, but they have also got these really awesome ninja skills where they can camouflage themselves to look like things that are around them, and they can change their colors, and they're squishy. That I don't know. I want to hug an octopus. That'll probably be less pleasant than I imagine. And let's see. I think that those are the main animals that I particularly like, and I just know that I'm going to shut this off and I'm going to go, oh, I should have said that I like armadillos. Armadillos are really cute. Owls are neat. I like their eyes and the shape of them. Yeah, there's just, I am never going to be able to make a list, comprehensive. Oh, elephants. Elephants are awesome because they're like the biggest land animal, right? And they're really smart, and they have really impressive memories, and they can be very tender with each other, but they can also be pretty fierce. And I like hippos. So, see, I would never reach the end of this list. There's just so many cassowaries. Cassowaries, these really big birds with these colorful heads, which makes me think of the I think it's a mandrill is what it's called. It's a kind of baboon that has like all these colors on its face. I would never reach the end of this list. I love animals. So yeah, do everything that you can to help conserve all the animals. Bye for now. I forgot to mention kakapos. It's a kind of a parrot. It's a rather large parrot, and it's flightless, and they're kind of like kiwi birds, but they're much larger, and they're just really funny. Oh, and not just because of the name, but I really like the blue-footed boobies. They're really funny. Their mating rituals are incredibly impressive, and their feet are just beautiful. You see?